right, so welcome everyone to the Soul Station for Session 2, Lesson 3 on the subject of hate for a spiritual perspective with the spiritual bee. So, what we're going to do for this session, we're going to start out with the blackboard. And as you recall, it's been a while, I've experienced some death in the family, and I'm just now getting back for your monthly reports. But I left you with an assignment to decipher in your own words what the meaning of hate is. What does it comprise of? So before we go into some scriptures, we're going to kind of jot down because, as I said before, we're trying to come up with a backronym, which I think means like turning a word. It's like giving it an acronym, making a word an acronym, but it's a backronym, right? So it's going to actually turn into a type of phrase, okay? So we're dealing with the subject of hate, okay? If you recall all of those scriptures from session 2, lesson 1, and lesson 2, we talked about the loose side of things, which is the love of us, which we're given a lot of order, it was like, don't hate your brother, how to treat your neighbor, and what hate does, and what God hates on the guilt side. God is love, guilt side of hate, and the orders of how to treat your brethren. It talked about how haters sow discord amongst the brethren, and how God hates people who cause discord and dissembles relationships out of attitude. It also talked about hidden hate, which was like the most dangerous hate, and how the Most High has a problem with that. So, as a teacher of sorts, I have learned that people live better when they can define things for themselves and not just go on how they've been taught, because many of us have been taught wrong, and we can't fault the past because they only gave us what they thought was right, okay? And we know that when it comes to hate, it deals with a lot of hostility, right? It deals with hostility, at least as far as I'm concerned, okay? It has a type of angst. It has a type of attitude attached to it, right? All right. And with T, it was not a lot, but we can deal with like turmoil, okay? Tumultuous behavior. This is the kind of assignment that I am giving you. You have to come up with your own thing. We may meet up in the middle, we may have some differences, but I am sure that once you define it for yourself, you can live up to your own expectations, okay? And when it comes to E, what I have found is that when it comes to hate, people feel entitled, okay? What do you mean by that? Okay, so nobody knows hate more than, say, melanated people, brown people, the black people, those enslaved, okay? We know hate like nobody else. But when you think about hate, not only is it an attitude which has been given to someone, just like you have to learn love, in my perspective, you have to learn hate. But it comes out of a type of entitlement, okay? And for many of us in the past, our ancestors had to deal with the hate because other people felt they were more entitled to the jobs, okay? Some people hate you because they feel like they're entitled to a position, okay? They're entitled to the spotlight, not knowing the backdrop oftentimes of why you're in that position, because man is not the only being that can promote you. God can promote you in ways that nobody will ever understand. And people wonder, how did you get there to why you're there? Because God says you're the best fit for that position. So hate can come out of a lot of things. But again, in my perspective, hate is a taught attitude. So at the end of the day, we need to come up with a backronym for ourselves, okay, of describing or giving a meaning to this unfortunate behavior, okay? So what I want to do at this point is just turn to a few scriptures for us to understand hate a little bit better, but we're going to be coming from the cool gel side of hate, which is the center of our love. Jesus is love. And we're going to look at some different perspectives about hate that may be kind of shocking to you, but it is totally in line with life today. So let's grab our Bibles, our highlighters, our pencils, our paper, whatever we need in order to get these scripts, and let's see what the Bible has to say in regards to this subject. All right, so if you are ready, I'm going to start with the Gill order. We're going to go to the Old Testament, and we're going to begin with Proverbs 8 and 13. So I may be a little sketchy because I got my notes everywhere, and like I said, I've been having a very busy week. We had a great loss in our family, and now I'm trying to get back on track with you. So Proverbs 8 and 13. Proverbs 8 and 13. And as you're looking for that, I'm going to go ahead and read. You can jot this down. You can read it later. It's a great subject of study that should be attended to. It says in verse 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. What is a forward mouth? A hypocrite, somebody that says one thing and does another. Okay, so I think I mentioned this before in the last session. I was like, everybody hates a hypocrite, but sometimes you need to check yourself and see if you are also a hypocrite. Sometimes we judge others and we find out that in some other shape, form, and fashion, you may be just as guilty. Okay, so when it comes to hate, God said he hates evil. He hates pride. He hates arrogancy. And I can understand that, because someone is full of pride. It's like it's no room for change. The ego's in the way, just as well as arrogancy. Someone that knows everything. They got all the answers. Arrogancy. There's no room to learn. You're not a student. And you have to understand God is the master of master teachers. So if he can't teach you nothing, you're no good. So that's a karma in and of itself. Okay? And the evil way. Then those who are what I describe as a hypocrite with a forward mouth. You say something, but you can't back it up. Okay, let's go to Psalms 97 and 10. That's the book before Proverbs, okay? The book just flip to the right, flip the pages towards the right. It's the book before Proverbs. And we're going to chapter 97 and verse 10. Okay. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. Well, what is evil? Okay, so it's a lot of things that needs to be defined, because sometimes you may think you know something and you realize that you don't. Okay, and we may be discussing this in the next session. Ye that love the Lord, you need to hate evil. This is a commandment. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Well, that's already letting you know evil is wicked. Wicked people do evil. Okay? They are full of pride and arrogancy. Okay? They are full of a forward mouth. They are good at dissembling discord amongst the brethren. Okay? Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 12. And that's the book again. Flipping to the left. Okay, and back to Proverbs 10 and 12. And we in the Gill side. God is love. Okay, but in Proverbs 10 and 12, hatred stirs up strife. Hatred stirs up strife. But love covereth all sins. And I know that to be true. You may know that to be true. You've had a person or people to really do you wrong and treat you very, what we quote unquote, in an evil way, and somehow you're able to forgive, and look past the fault, especially when they ask for forgiveness, right? Because love does cover a multitude of wrongdoing. It really does. But hatred stirs up strife. It stirs up trouble. It causes battles. It causes mischief because of what's going on within them. Okay? There's a battle going on within the person that is full of hate. So oftentimes, what are they going to do? They're going to project it onto you. They're going to project it onto society. Because there's a lack of understanding. Somebody's been taught wrong. Somebody's been taught more hate than love. Somebody's mind is narrow. They feel that they can't love outside of a race. They can't love outside of a immediate family. They can't love outside of a nation, but you can. Love is universal. Okay? Just like hate is universal, love is universal. You can be whatever you want to be. But I will admit that you have to be taught. None of us coming in this world just knowing. We came in receiving information. Okay? So, this is the guild order. Now, I got a really interesting story we get ready to break down in regards to hatred. You know, because sometimes people feel they love you and then something shifts. And then it's like they don't love you no more. But my question is it really love? Okay, so we get ready to dabble in a story that's very interesting in the Old Testament here in 2 Samuel 13. Okay, 2 Samuel 13. So sit back, relax, and prepare for a great story that I am about to share with you. If you're not at that place yet, jot it down and read it later. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister, and fair in other words is beautiful, whose name was Tamar. And Amnon, the son of David, loved her. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. Okay? Now, when I look at this, I'm like, is this love or is this lust? Because we need to be able to devise the two. Okay? Verse 3. But Amnon had a friend whose name was Jonadab. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Jonadab, the son of Shimea, David's brother. And Jonadab was a very subtle man. And he said unto him, why art thou, being the king's son, lean from day to day? Wilt thou not tell me? And Amnon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. And Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. So now it's time to put on an act. That's the first mistake right there. Okay? Becoming cunning. So Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed and make thyself sick. And when thy father cometh to see you, or thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it and eat at her hand. So Amnon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to see him, Amnon said unto the king, I pray thee, let Tamar my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight, that I may eat at her hand. Then David sent home to Tamar, saying, go now to thy brother Amnon's house and dress his meat. You know, that's your brother. Go on, it's cool. Go. He's asking for you. He needs you. You know, like most parents want brothers and sisters to be close enough when they need each other, they down for each other. They right there for each other. You see what I'm saying? Then David sent Tamar, saying, go down to thy brother's house and dress his meat. So Tamar went to her brother Amnon's house. And he said, lay down. And he was laid down. And she took flour and kneaded it and made cakes in his sight and did bake the cakes. coming out of love. I'm getting ready to serve my brother. He's sick. He needs me. That's special. That's very special. And she took a pan and poured them out before him. But he refused to eat. And Amnon said, have out all the men from me. Have out all the men. I want everybody out of my house. All the people out of my house. And they went out, every man from him. And Amnon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat of thy hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them into the chamber to Amnon her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her, and said unto her, come lie with me, my sister. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. Brother, what are you doing? Don't have me. I'm a virgin. Don't do this to me. Don't shame me. There's a culture in effect here. And let me tell you something. And that culture is into this culture today. If that woman is raped, if she's molested, or anything like that, people tend to side with the man, even unto this day. And she answered him, nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly. And whether shall I cause my shame to go? She said, what I'm going to do with this shame? People going to be blaming me. I'm doing something out of love, and I'm getting ready to be hurt. But people are going to be blaming me. Women, wake up. And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel. Yeah, ain't nothing going to happen to you. You just be a fool and maybe cat. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of shame for me. Now, therefore, I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from you. Now, you can do this the right way. Just go ask the king, can we get together? Go ask the king for permission, for his blessing. Treat me right. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her. This is verse 14. Howbeit he would not hearken unto her voice. He wouldn't listen to her. But being stronger than her, forced her and lay with her. He raped her. That feeling was so overwhelming. The Bible says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It was so overwhelming. He would not hear her. So you can't tell me that was love. He thought it was love because of the way he felt. But love don't do this. Love will be patient and kind and honoring. He didn't love her. He was in lust with his sister. Whatever kind of sister that was. Okay. Then watch this in verse 15 though. He done raped this woman, his sister. And in 15, the audacity of him. Then Amnon hated her exceedingly. That's a lot of hate. So that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love, or what I would say, the lust, wherewith he had loved her. And Amnon said unto her, arise and be gone. Now he done tossed her like trash. Okay? And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil in sending me away is greater than the other than thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. He would listen to her. He done did something very shameful. Now, just that quick, he went from his so-called loving feelings into full-blown hatred. And I understand why. Because his conscience. He knew. He knew it was he knew there was karma behind that. Really, is the secret gonna get out? That's where it's coming from. So quick. How we change when we don't get our way, or when we do something that's so improper Now we projecting our bad behavior onto an innocent person. Think about that for a moment. This is coming from somebody you would trust. All right? So let's go into the cool gel side. We're going to go to Luke 14 and 26. We're going to the New Testament. That's Luke 14 and verse 26. If you don't have time to find it, that's fine. Just write it down and study it later. Luke 14 and 26. Now this is coming from Jesus, Jesus. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sister, ye and your own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now we discussed this in the last session. Like Jesus, like if you don't hate where did that come from? Because just in Matthew 5, you was teaching love in verses 43 through 44. Let's go to that real quick. Ye have heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But he leveled up on it. Okay? It's not just a common physical law anymore. It becomes the law of the spirit. He says, but I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. But over here in Luke, somehow, his whole attitude changed, right? His whole attitude changed. Let's look at Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Go back to the Old Testament. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. All these books are kind of close together, okay? So after Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. And we're going to go to chapter 3 and verse 8. And I love Ecclesiastes because it breaks down the laws of nature, the laws of life. And verse 8 says, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time of peace. Who's really setting the stage when we're dealing with time? Because it's a lesson to be learned. It has to exist in order for you to appreciate, to know what the opposite is. Remember, Paul said all things are permissible, but are all things edifying? Is it doing any good? Is it promoting? Is it progressing? Is it making things better in life? That's why laws come into being. Laws are necessary. Don't mean they're the truth, but they can be necessary. Especially when we're harming one another. Because to me, the only real crime is when you harm another person. Physically and financially. That's when you need to be serving time. Anything else can be dealt with. But that's a different kind of wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to close out on Psalms 139, 21, and 22. Just go back a couple of books. And we're going to do verses 21 and 22. Again, another attitude about hate. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate you or thee. And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. This is David talking. You know, the one Tamar's father that we just read about, whose son just raped her, who went from all of this so-called love to an instant hate. Why? Because he knew he had did something wrong and it needed to be covered up. It was in his conscience. It may not be written, but I know. I know. Okay? So we're dealing with hate. And it says in Ecclesiastes 3, it's a time for everything. I wonder why it's a time for hate. In my experience, hatred has taught me a lot about myself. So the Most High may send you an enemy to elevate you so you can look in your own mirror, so you can see the weaknesses in yourself to see where it is where you need to improve. Because maybe you didn't never know hate. Now you have to know a little hate, even within yourself, to know which side of the fence is better for you in your walk in this life, on your journey, on your path to your higher consciousness, to your higher self. Okay? So again, even though this is the climax for the subject of hate, I'm still urging you to do the assignment and come up with a backronym. Find your own meaning for hate. What does it really mean to you? Having angst, hostile attitude towards entitlement. Because at the end of the day, hate, as far as I'm concerned, has a lot to do with somebody feeling entitled. And I'm going to leave it here until the next lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to support the station. Give some thumbs, some likes, share with your friends. This is a very necessary message, and I hope to see you for the next one. But until then, I pray that truth be your happiness and your healing. Hey, what's going on, Devil Advocates and Gemstones? I'm glad to be back in the house again with a monthly forecast. I'm very, very much behind. I have experienced some tragedy in my family. I lost my youngest nephew, and so it's put me behind schedule. We lost him the day after my mother's 1-year anniversary. So y'all know I've been talking about that a lot. He actually went in the hospital on her anniversary, and we lost him on the 28th. So pray for my sister and my nephew, my entire family, as this transition has really affected us a lot. And for those of you who are experiencing the same thing, as I know, death is a part of life, but my condolences to you all as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started with your internal and external energies. Internally, you're going to be dealing with the hearts and cups of Venus this month, and externally, the hearts and cups of Mars, the cosmic lovers. Okay, so number 24 may be a prevalent number in your life right now. As I said, the 24th is important to me. I'm not a Gemini, but the 24th is important to me because I lost my mother the 24th of September. This equates to 6. There's a lot of bounty I'm hearing, and a lot of when I say bounty, you are full of affection and feeling, love, even if you know what it means. Okay, and this is about partnership, and this is really very Gemini feeling. Okay, concerned about the lover. Okay. I don't know if you're meeting this lover, if this lover is already in your life. This may be who you want to connect with in terms of partnership, but it is here. A lot of passion is here. It's no way to break it up. And I see that a lot of energy will be you're going to be putting out a lot of energy, trying to make this happen, trying to make this work. Okay. Very sensual and sexual here. So whatever it is, whether it's new or somebody already in your life or coming back into your life, I know that Mercury just passed, I believe, on the 2nd of October. Okay, so maybe they have re-entered your life, and maybe you have recognized that this is the kind of love, whether it's a person, a business, or art, this is the kind of love you want to give your heart to, you want to give your attention to. Okay, it's bountiful. That's the word I keep getting. It's a bountiful love, a bountiful feeling, a bountiful partnership in some shape, form, or fashion. Okay. I'm hearing it's on fire. Internally, moon in Aquarius, okay? And externally, you're going to be dealing with wolf energies, okay? Like, you know, the wolf moon, when it's full. I think of the full moon thing of the wolf. I think under the moon phases, I think of a full moon. So things might be a little crazy, like you may be crazy in love, you know, like Beyonce, drunk in love, but internally the time is right for celebrating life. Make the most of parties, gatherings, and other social opportunities. Okay, with Venus and Mars here, then life could be your child. And then externally, you need to beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. You know, that could apply to anything. You know, sometimes you may be dealing with your relationship. Okay, you know, you got feelings for this person, so you know, if you think of somebody else liking them or trying to hit on them, don't spin out of control. It's just accept it as a part of life. I'm hearing spending habits as well. You know, just don't go out of the ordinary. Okay, you need to check some stuff when you have all this heart and passion going forward, and when you in a right relationship like this, you know, you may feel a little possessive, especially with Mars being here. But what I say is just check that, because if somebody really loves you, you really don't have to worry about it. When you know somebody really loves you, somebody really care about you, it doesn't bother you that other people are speaking to them, because you know where their heart is. Okay. Now, in terms of your, it's in reverse. I don't know if I should leave it there, but I'm going to read it. You have Quanaz as for this month's, this is your ruin for this month's fortune. It deals with vision, revelation, knowledge, creativity, inspiration, technical ability, vital fire of life, harnessed power, fire of transformation and regeneration. And this could very well be coming out of this cosmic love. Again, this could be a project, something artistic that you're working on, a partnership with a person in terms of a relationship. It can mean so many things, okay? But it is bountiful nonetheless. You may have a lot of bountiful vision and creativity here. We have Venus here, who is the creator, the mother of creation. And then we have Mars, who is like the father of getting it done, okay? Setting the standards here. Okay, you may have a lot of inspiration, okay, but there is a power here that you are harnessing this month, okay. It's like harnessed. It's like it's building up within you, okay, for the great day, okay, for the great day. So you have Quanaz as your fortune for the month of October. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get you a movie card. Let's see what's going on at the movies for the month of October. Let's see what type of energies, or let's say like your lineup, like how do you compare the events in your life compared to this movie? Okay, she's really moving around in this Aquarius card. Okay. Venus is celebration, okay? The birth of something great, something beautiful, something that you harnessed, okay? So, Source, we are ready for Devil Advocates and Gemstones movie line for the month of October. We have Rosewood. Ah, Lord have mercy. Rosewood, baby. Do y'all know anything about that movie? If you don't, you need to watch it. It is based on history. And it reflects how the black family came out of slavery, but they had wealth and they had each other, okay? But this whole town was erupted by one white lie. And it's funny that You got this because the subject, if you took time to listen to the lesson, it's funny you got rosewood because it's almost like an irony. You know, it's the subject, and then your movie to me is ironic, very ironic, because we know that that girl lied about being raped, okay, and instead of being honest about who raped her, it was easy for her to say that it was a black man. Okay, so I don't know where that's going for you this month, but it's in there. Okay, but they were talented, they had their own money, they had their own house, but outside forces like this Mars, where she had committed adultery. And what's so funny about this movie, the marshal, the person that, the policeman, the marshal, he knew her. He still had to do his job, but within himself, a lot of them men knew who she was and knew that she was lying. They knew there was a possibility this girl was lying because of her nature. Rosewood, y'all need to watch that. And if you ain't seen it in a while, watch it again, okay? That's another assignment. Okay, we're here to learn about ourselves, you know, learn about yourself. That's what's important. So for the month of October, these are some new cards. This is my first time trying it publicly. So we're going to let it do what it do. And let's see what is in store for you this month. Okay, so we have Six of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, the conflict and or challenge. And we have the helpful, supportive, or blessed energy here. Your underlying energy for the month of October is the Five of Swords. So it's a lot of getting down and dirty, you know. Now, I don't know if that's in terms of you getting down and dirty with your own personal strategies or some getting down and dirty with this rosewood, you know, trying to, because I'm hearing lies, like lies. Somebody's lying. Did I say that was in rosewood? Because it's at all costs for some reason. They want to make it stick. But somebody is a trick, okay? Somebody is a trick. Somebody is lying, okay? And I see that with all of that tension and strategic stuff, or with your own personal strategies, you need to get away. You need to get away to do this. Now, I don't know if you need to go to the library, you need to get away to think, or you need to, or this is an actual move. Maybe you have moved, okay? Because it's the all over energy here, okay? Going where you feel more safe, where you feel more guided, okay? I'm not certain if people saw you move, if you moved discreetly, okay? But you moved on, or you are moving on very discreetly, okay? And it's based on the Five of Cups. The core energy is this Five of Cups, okay? So there was a letdown here, or maybe you feel like you need to move on from a situation because you feel out of place. Maybe you feel pushed out, denied. You've put in some people, some friends, some siblings, some families, some close connections, heartfelt connections behind you. A couple of people have fallen off out of your life. You have let them go, and they have let you go. But a couple of people have fallen out. But there is someone that is, it's somebody up your ass. that you don't want to be dealing with. Okay, now I don't know if this is an ex-lover or a family member, but they are emotionally up your ass. Okay, like, I don't know if they just need your attention, if they just totally, too attached. There's some attachment here. Okay, but I feel like it's behind you. Like you're not with it anymore. Which doesn't determine other people's feelings. And that's something else that we were bringing out in our classroom discussion. Okay, what's the difference between the feelings as opposed to love? There's a difference. Feelings come and go. Feelings change the moment you don't like what somebody said or they don't agree with you. You don't like them no more. But when you really love somebody, whether they'll agree with you or not, that love is still going to be there. Because in my lifetime, I have found that the only person that can really change your heart is the person. And sometimes time. Okay? But all of that is stemming out of an invitation. Okay? It's all coming out of a welcoming. Okay? This month. Somebody invited you to move, or somebody invited you to get away. Maybe they understand that you have problems. For some of you, this is definitely a commitment. Like I said, the cosmic lovers are here. Maybe the 24th is a date that's being set. Because sometimes this can represent marriage. Okay? It's the next step of commitment. Maybe it's a move in here. But I see what you can expect is the 4 cups. And it's a lot of, like I said, a lot of feeling, a lot of overflow of feelings, But I feel like you want a solution. You got double trouble here. Okay? And you need solutions. Okay, maybe before you can accept this invitation or this welcoming, or maybe these problems is why you are inviting someone in. Okay, because we have the 4 of cups and the 5 of cups here. Okay, and this definitely to me look like disappointment and sorrow. Okay, sadness, issues, problems, things that you want to put behind you. And that may be why we're having this move. It's time to get away. You need to put these problems behind you. They are very emotional. Okay? In-depth feelings. Okay, I got a little net here from these flowers. In-depth feelings. Okay? Let's see the reason. Okay, she's telling me to do the root. Let's do the root. What's the root of this source? Okay, the root of this issue of the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. What is the root issue? You have hole, and it's an opening. Okay, even we have gat and opening. Okay, the origin of the hole is Scandinavian, and it says a narrow channel of water. Okay, you can also deal with a narrow channel of water, but it's a gat and an opening. Some opening is the reason for this invitation, based on a disappointment. You got this opening, but you was disappointed. Doesn't make sense. Because I can see why you're feeling disappointed because of all of these issues right here. I don't know if these are people and things, things and bills. But you needed solutions, not just a solution. You needed solutions, okay? And hole, some opening is the reason for this invitation. This is opportunity, okay? This is an opportunity, and it's also, she said, this is an opportunity for you to grow. This opening from the divine comes as an opportunity for you to grow, for you to know your path. But it's all based on letting something go, being kind of forced to let go. You're trying to reason with yourself. What is the issue? You're questioning yourself. What is the issue? Is the problem me? This could be with this love relationship regarding this cosmic lover, this cosmic connection, you know. This could be about your life's work, your creativity, and maybe you can't find a way in. You can't find a way to make it work. There's too many things to solve here. But this comes out of an opening, an invitation, a welcoming. Some of you, you're going to have the opportunity to solve these problems with this opening, this welcome. Okay, now maybe it's your job to solve problems, but this seems personal. The Four of Cups comes to me as more of a personal issue within yourself, within your family, even within your jobs, even if it's co-workers. It could be that, but it's personal to you. Okay, 44 may be of significance to you. To me, 44 deals with coming to meet your destiny. It's not easy under the 44. The 44 may bring a different set of problems, like mystery. It may bring distaste. It may bring a separations. It's kind of a Plutonian energy, you know, enigmas, things that you can't, that are in the dark, that you have to figure out, okay? But it's all coming out of a separation. It's like you asking yourself, what's wrong with me? That's what I keep getting. What's wrong with me? Okay? And I see in the outcome, this Queen of Cups is the energy. Now, I don't know if this is you or someone else, because the Queen of Cups is generally someone you can go to and talk to for solutions. Now, you may be able to see a way out. You know, you may come up with a solution for everything. You have several problems that's keeping you separated from those you love, those you have deep feelings for, things that you have deep feelings for. Feeling so left out. You feel disappointed. You feel so left out. Okay, I'm trying to wonder why, when we have Rosewood here, which was very family oriented, they did it together. And the men were strong, very protective of the family. When Don Cheadle played his role, and he went over there to this guy's house, the two white guys over at the house, right? And Esther Rowe, who played the mother, she was like, "Don't go over there now messing with the white boys." He said, "Now I'm going over there to let them know that they're not going to be messing with Bucky." I think that was her name, Bucky. I can't remember. And he went over and let them know, we don't mess with your women, and don't you come messing with ours. You know, he had to stand his ground. There was protection here in the family. And I keep feeling like this got something to do with your family. Feeling left out, questioning yourself, disappointed. But maybe it's coming out of this, a marriage, because this represents marriage, okay? Maybe you decided this is just what you want. Maybe you felt this is what was best for you for whatever reason, you know? Maybe there's just too many problems to solve. And you need solutions, but it's here. It's here. Either this is you finding a solution to the problems, or this is someone you can resort to, someone you can talk to. If this somebody has a lot of leg, got a lot of leg, they may show a lot of leg, but very supportive, okay? Very supportive. somebody that can help you return to the fold, okay? Return home, back to your roots. This person may wear their hair to the side, you know, kind of like longer on one side than the other. For others of you, this person may be at sea or live overseas, okay? But she is the bridge to your gap, okay? Whoever it is, whether it's you or someone else, and I kind of feel like it's someone outside of you. I kind of feel 50-50. You bridging the gap, or you going to someone who can show you or tell you how to bridge the gap. Because this seems very personal. Okay, it's like you have personal problems. And I don't know about this invitation. Maybe you didn't take the invitation. Maybe maybe you did walk through that door. Maybe you did take that path. I don't know. Maybe you are. It's current or it's in the past. But there was some opening here, some invitation here, some invite. But it had a lot to do with being ousted. Okay? Being separated. Maybe separated from someone overseas. Now, what's the conflict here or the challenge here? It's the Four of Discs. Okay, the Four of Discs is about stability. It's about building a foundation, but it's a conflict here. Remember, you got to get these solutions solved. How are you going to put all this stuff together? This is about linking up. You know what I'm saying? This is about forever. So either you conflicted about how to, didn't I say put all of your problems into one solution? How you going to link all this together? Now, this could be artistically, you know, this could be referring to that. This could be referring to family, to your relationships. It can involve all of that. Work, family, friends, lover. How you going to work with all of that under this, and I'm hearing this new foundation. This is a new foundation. Okay? Let's see what your blessed energy is. Your supportive energy is going to be the Six of Discs. Okay? The Six of Discs this month. And this is being fair. An offering could come to you. This could be regarding a job, a work opportunity. And also I'm hearing sharing. Sharing. Now, you can share in many ways. You can share opportunity. You can share your finances. You know, when I say share opportunity, you can give people opportunity, which to me is the bigger blessing, is to give people opportunity. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat for life. But if you just keep giving and giving and giving to, eventually he may starve because he don't know how to do for self. Okay? So this is about, it's called generosity. And this is about, you know, an open hand. You know, not just always taking and getting, but sometimes you need to open your hands. Okay? You may need to pay somebody for advice. Okay? You got the money. You may need to pay this Queen of Cups for her insight. That's how you get blessed. That's fair. Just getting all the time and never giving nothing back, especially to those who give to you freely. There's a problem there. Okay? There's going to be a problem there. Okay? But that's your support this month in October. An open hand, giving, being willing to, this, I'm even hearing tip. You know, somebody give you some great advice like this Queen of Cups or help you out in some type of way to help you solve your problems, and you got finances, buy them a gift. Give them a tip. Because they helped you along the way. Without that, you would still be stuck. It's worthy. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and sum this up for the month of October. And hopefully I can bring you all a mid-report. In the meantime, please remember to support the station. It does help the station to grow. Y'all know I've been struggling a long time. I've been here for 3 years. I should be able to go live. But I know, you know, there's someone in the background, you know, but that's okay. All things change at some point. You have slide as your conclusion here, your summary here. You have slide. Slide, all the way, slide. Look, glad, globe, glow, and glue. Glad, globe. Did I say something about across seas? I think you will be happy, not only for the advice, but for your contribution. It's going to make you a more shiny person. People are going to view you differently. Okay? And she may be giving you the glue, the answer, the things that's going to make shit stick, link together. You understand? Slide, all the way, slide. You got to go all the way in, baby. You're going to have to go all the way in. Whatever this is about this month, you're going to have to go with it. You're going to take that chance. You know, when you're a kid, you know, when you first get on a slide, it's scary. But after a while, once you adjust, it becomes fun, right? So, adjust, all right? So, let's see where we're going with this now. We're going to get you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a written word. Now, I don't know if I want to give you all a number, an angel message, a chakra, an affirmation card, or a totem. Or do we want to see what the weather going to be like? Do we want to give you a picture after this? I don't know. I think we're going to give you an angel message. Okay, let's see what I think. Presumption should never make us neglect that which appears easy to us. Okay, presumption. Okay, assuming something ahead of time should never make us neglect that which appears easy to us, nor despair, which is in this 5 of Cups, make us lose courage at the sight of difficulties. Okay, you may have to take, you know, go to do it, take that chance. Okay, and that is from the great Benjamin Banneker. Okay, he is the one who actually drew the blueprint for the White House. I've learned about a month or 2 ago, somebody's trying to take that credit from him. So that's why it's important to know history. Okay, to know history. Let's just say an affirmation here. So I'm going to give you an affirmation card for Devil Advocates and Gemstones for the month of October. Again, if you have not already, please go ahead and support the channel with your likes or whatever you like. And if this resonates with you at all, leave some comments. Let me know what's going on. Today, I am receptive. Okay, you're going to be open every day for the rest of October. You're going to be receptive like the Queen of Cups. You're going to be open to some stuff. You may have to hear some stuff you don't want to hear. You may have to accept some stuff you don't want to accept about yourself. Okay? Because there's definitely a disconnect here. Because I kept saying, what's wrong with me? You're looking at you're asking yourself questions. What's the issue? Today I am receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present. And I am looking toward a bright future. Okay? And that information may be coming from this lady, may be showing you how to do that. Or this could be you coming to that resolution within yourself. And I'm going to leave it here. And thank you so much for tuning into the Soul Station once again with the Spiritual Bee. I look forward to bringing you your next report. But until then, take care of yourself. Hotel